Ugh. Hi, everyone. Okay. You know, I'm buying a webcam because I'm over this streaming software. It's not working for me, and I'm tired of failing. So let me get on Peale over here on Facebook, and we'll be good to go as soon as I get that going. All right. And then I'm going to turn you around to the other side. But we're doing it. Just get yourself ready. Hi, everybody. I'm getting everything together. Again, I'm buying a webcam. On Facebook, it's no big deal, but it's always YouTube that I'm trying to figure out. Oh, wait, I'm going to turn. I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay. So I'm going to put you over here. It looks like you're going to be seeing me straight up and down on my lengthways. You'll survive. All right. Okay, I'm going to put you over there. And then we will be all good to go. Are we ready? All right. So Facebookers, if you want to switch to a wider view, YouTube is wider, but the quality is not as good as this version here. But if I turn it sideways, I'm going to be like this when you see me, so I'm just going to leave it like that, and we're good to go. Okay, so here in your comfortable sit, I'll take hands at the heart. So just try to soften in. I'm going to check in with the time in a moment when we get to Shavasana. Nice big breath. One Om. Om. Namaste. Shavasana all the way flat. Take rest. So today is hips and hamstrings. We're going to start with the hips, taking the bottoms of the feet together with the knees open. Try to relax the hips, the pelvis, inner thigh. Then we're going to slide the shins on top of each other. Take the right shin, slide it on top of the left. And again, take rest. And stay here. Change legs when you're ready. Left leg on top. So I'm here. From here, we unravel the feet flat to the earth. Take the right leg cross on top. Bring the legs into the chest. Thread through to catch the left leg. So from here, we'll let the left foot step outside of the left side of your mat. Let the knees domino to the right. We'll take the glute hip stretch on the other side. So unravel this. Let the feet come down to the earth. Change legs. Left leg on top. Bring the legs into the chest. Thread and catch the right leg. Then on this one, we let the right foot step outside of the right side of the mat. Let the knees domino to the left. Unravel the feet back down to the earth. Right leg back up in the sky. We're going to take half of the happy baby. So I'm going to take mine a little bit more yang-y, which means I just bring more energy into my right leg. Pressing the knee down to the earth with my right hand. So I'm just pulling on the foot, which of course pulls into the shin, into the knee, towards the earth. So I have a little bit more space here. So I'm going to extend the left leg down. It's going to pull the left side of my pelvis. All right, then right leg, I'm just going to extend the leg to the right. So I'm just going to follow the knee. So just extend the leg to the right. So here my hips can balance a little bit more. Back of the hips touch the earth. Right leg to the right. So this is inner thigh, hip, hamstring stretch on the right leg. Hip flexor stretch on the left. And then our right leg, we're going to go high in the sky. So two straight legs. Both hands holding on to the right leg, gently pulling in towards the torso. So both legs have energy. You can go ahead and point all the feet or plantar flexion. And release the right, and we'll move into the left leg. So it starts with half happy baby. So right foot is flat, left knee in. Take the half happy baby. So same thing here, pressing the knee down to the earth. And if you feel like you have a little bit more room, right leg just extend down, down, down. So I'm actively pulling on my left foot through the shin to the knee, just asking for more space here. And then from here, 2 straight legs. So I just extend from the knee on the left, 2 straight legs, inner thigh, hamstrings, hip, both. Yeah, make sure you point through the toes. All right, left leg. High in the sky. Both hands hold on to the leg. Everything extended, energy in both legs. And from here, we're going to unravel both knees into the belly. And just give yourself a big hug. So here you get to check in with hip flexors in the front and lower back. All right, so we're going to try a reverse Paschimottanasana. So Paschimottanasana is a seated forward fold. All right, 2 straight legs and just folding on top of your legs. You know how when you sit and try to touch your toes, that's what that is. So the reverse would be on our backs with the legs coming into our face. So see if you can pull the legs in to your body without letting the hips shoot straight up to the sky like plow pose. So we're trying to squish like a panini sandwich here. So you've seen a panini sandwich, right? You take one of those irons and you put the sandwich, it's a special sandwich iron, right? You put the sandwich in between and you press down. So you're trying to kind of have that same flattened shape here. So it just kind of allows you to check in with some things. I can tell my right hip is a little off balance. I'm just giving it a little extra here. Still feels a little off. All right, so I'm going to leave my feet together and let my knees open off to the side. So I got right knee on the right side and left knees on the left. And then I'm holding onto my feet. I'm going to try to bring my face and feet together. So this one, so tortoise pose. So pretend like you are a tortoise, but you flipped over on your shell. So your shell is now touching the earth, and we try to bring our feet to our face. And no, this is not kid yoga. It's regular yoga. And then from here, you could open to both sides, happy baby, release the feet, you're already there, right? If this is easy for you, take your straight legs, toes to the earth. This is reverse Upavishta. Upavishta Konasana is a wide angle seated fold, yeah? This is the reverse. And we release. All right, so rock yourself up to a nice L shape. So the arms will be by the ears, reaching up, and the legs will be down. So here is an L here. We're going to rock up to a seated version of this. So inhale up, yeah. And hold. So remember that same panini sandwich, right? You got the 2 slices of bread, and we're trying to squish in, be as flat as we can on top of each other. So see if that's something that you can do today, or at least have the sensation that that is happening, right? Long spine, long legs. Inhale, we come up. Right leg. We'll take the foot and our thigh, knee off to the side. So this is Janu Shirshasana, a hip square to the top of your mat. Dorsiflexed foot facing the extended leg. We take breath. Fold on top. So think of half of your panini sandwich. Am I making you hungry yet? Discipline, focus. Inhale, we come up. All right, so our left leg, we're going to change from being straight and take the left foot to the left hip, internal rotation. Yeah. And this one we're going to lie back. So I'm going to turn around so you can see, facing you, so you can see what my legs look like. Yeah. So my left foot is a pointed foot, hips seated on the earth. I know, I let my hair down. Just deal with it. So try to relax the left hip. That's the hip that might be lifting up. And then from here, it's just a lean back. So we lean back to the hands. Feels pretty good. We keep going. Lean back to the elbows. Still feels good. Take it flat. Make sure you breathe through here. If you haven't noticed already, we haven't done much of a vinyasa, have we? No. Just kind of taking a nice stretch for the hips and the hamstrings through yoga. So start to make your way back up. Inhale up. So from here, our left leg, we will straighten again, and the right leg is going to be hip, foot to hip. So we're back to left leg being straight, but we've changed where our knee is pointing, and also the rotation of our legs, so it's internally rotated. Forward fold. So take breath. Fold here. So we're back to half of a panini sandwich. Just folding down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we release. Right leg nice and straight. So we're going to check back in with our fold to see if we notice anything new that may have come up. So extend your arms up by the ears. Nice L shape here. Inhale, reach. Belly's in, fold. Keep lengthening out of the lower spine. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, release. So now we have the left foot, inner thigh. Hips square to the top of your mat. Long, straight leg. Flex the toes. Take breath. Fold through half of the panini sandwich. So try to feel nice and long and straight with your leg. Inhale, we come up, right leg. Internal rotation. Okay. So trying to feel the sitting bones on the earth. I'm a righty, so this side is a little bit higher. Make sure the foot is pointed. And then from here, we start to take this backwards to hands. We come to elbows or flat. So just keep resting and breathing. You want to keep the body in just a nice relaxed state today, at least for today's practice. All right, starting to rise up. Inhale, we rise up. So now the right leg, we extend. And the left leg, we internally rotate and change. So I'll turn so you can see. Yeah. So pointed foot on the left, sitting bones down, all the legs straight forward from the hips. We try flex foot on the right. We breathe. And fold back to half of the panini sandwich, right? 2 straight lines on the right. We try to feel that happening. Inhale, we rise up. Left leg, release. All the way straight. And just do a little windshield wiper here, or just shake the legs out a little bit. Even maybe move the hips a little bit. It's a beautiful sunny day. Of course, it's hot, right? Nice little puffy white clouds in the sky. It's kind of nice to practice next to a really big window. You can see what's going on. Okay. Sapta Karmasan. So Sapta is sleeping. Karmasan is tortoise pose. So remember earlier we were flipped over on our shells. Well, now we are shell up, right? So I'm very long in the leg. I'm not like butterfly pose. I'm not trying to come in here yet. All right. First, I want to be a little bit longer. So I have a diamond shape with my legs, and feet are more together than a butterfly pose. Butterfly, they're almost like a book, right? Open. So here they're more close together. So if you want, you could just kind of just check in with the knees and just do a little lean on the knees. So I have my hands on my knees. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm just gently applying a little bit of yang, a little bit of energy to my knees down, of course. And my pelvis is a little bit moving forward. So from the hands, you can switch to elbows, brings you down just a little bit more, closer to the earth. So check in with your lower back. If you feel like your lower back is trying to retreat, that tells you what's going on in the glutes there. A little bit tight, glute hamstrings, something like that. So just try to shift a little forward with the lower spine. Rotate the pelvis forward. And if you're ready to take the elbows to the earth, take the elbows to the earth, just kind of outside of the shins. And you're pretty much facing your feet at this point. So you can just let the head drop down, let your feet be a little cushion, and just rest. Remember, breathing promotes relaxation, so make sure you're breathing and keeping awareness of how your body physically feels and how your breath feels. So just start to rise up, inhale, rise up, go for wide legs. So we took a reverse Upavishta before on our back, so now we're taking a regular Upavishta. A wide leg forward fold, but before we forward fold, we're going to do a little head to knee gate pose on both legs, and then we'll shift forward to the belly. Yeah. So turn the face your right leg, so it's waistline twist, face, toes are flexing up, toes are up, dorsiflexion, take breath, then start to fold on top of the right leg. So watch the legs rolling inward, right? Try to leave everything pointing up. Knees up, toes up. Inhale, come to center. Left side, exhale. Twist, face your leg, and go in here. It's the same thing. Fold. Oh, I don't know about this side. Go in. Ooh la la. Remember, awareness of your legs rolling in. Try to leave the toes and the knees up. Inhale, center. Exhale, we turn away from the left leg. So here's our gate pose. Left leg first. So your left shoulder is moving on the inside of the left knee, while the right arm is trying to reach for the outside of your left foot. So you get a little bit of a twist, side body. Yeah. Then if you can, left hand catches the inside of the foot. So we get a bit of a twist here in the torso. So my right hip is wanting to just lift up and trying to let it relax down. Be in center. All right, right leg. We take an inhale, turn to face the left one, but our right shoulder is now moving on the inside of the right shoulder. We're reaching for the outside of the right foot with our left hand. So whenever you're ready, take your twist, go in. Oof. And the free hand catches the inside of the foot. So you're getting a little twist of the spine. Ooh la la. I'm trying to breathe. A lot of resistance on this side. Breathing is hard, isn't it? All right, prepare for center. All right, so we want the pelvis to come forward, right? So the resistance will be if the glutes are not trying to release or the pelvis not trying to release and go with you forward. Something like this, right, is what's probably more than likely happening here. So try to have the movement come from the pelvis. So you are in control of your body, right? That's why we move from this place of awareness. So with your pelvis and your body, take a nice breath in through the nose and see if you can have the pelvis shift forward and go where you can go. Again, watch the rolling in of the knees and the feet. Oh, I got resistance today. Right side. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, now let's try to have the feet to come together like baddha. Bound ankle pose. So now we do not have a diamond shape with our legs. We are very close together with thigh and shin or calf and hamstring. So from here, same as we did in our Supta Karmasana, we applied a little bit of pressure onto the knees. We're going to do the same thing here. So when you apply the pressure, you're trying to lengthen from the pelvis and the lower back up. Yeah. So we press down and lengthen. And you can lengthen from a place of relaxation. You don't have to lengthen from a place of tension. There's a difference, right? So if you happen to be leaning forward at all with your torso, you can keep just kind of letting your body relax and let gravity do what gravity likes to do, which is what? Keep you pressed down to the earth. So gravity will do the work for you, but you just gotta stay there and breathe, because breathing promotes what? Relaxation. And then after a while, you'll notice that, okay, I need to get my elbows lower to the earth, because gravity keeps pushing me down. So I feel like I have this one place of resistance in my hips. If I stay here long enough, I'll push past this place. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hands underneath my feet. So this is mostly just gravity. I haven't really done much except for maybe move my arms out of the way and keep lengthening out of my lower spine. Now the stretch is deep in my inner thigh. Lots of breath. All with gravity. 2 more breaths. Woo! Ooh la la. All right, so I need to undo my legs here. Can we lean back? So back to the shaky of the leg. Okay. So we're going to move into a front of the hip stretch. So what I want you to think about is a tree. So look at my legs right now. I have my right leg crossed on top of the left one. My right ankle is above my left knee. Yeah. So this is the shape of the legs. I want you to take flipped over on your belly. Yeah. Okay. So you can start in your box pose, and then go ahead and prepare the right leg if you can. So I have my right leg ready to get down onto the belly. So it's like a tree, not like pigeon yet. We'll get there. So we shift forward and down. And I can take my tail in the back and bend it. And then in the top of this pose, you can take the elbows down, palms flat. And I feel my hips on this one. Okay, so releasing your tail in the back. We're going to take a cobra spine here. So your tailbone is going to tuck under, just like a snake. You just have one leg in a tree. So whenever you're ready, rise up. How's that feel? So this would be a variation of lion pose, lion pose. Except for the legs are in full lotus. We just have one leg crossed, yeah? Okay, tuck your left toes under. We're going to pull the right leg forward into your half pigeon. So up and in, slide back, take your breath, and half pigeon. So I like to be very heavy in my half pigeon. So I internally rotate the arms so that the fingers are pointing behind me. That means my torso is very heavy on top of my front leg. If I want more, I can just let the hands rest behind my back. And that weight alone, simple hands, arms being pulled by the shoulders forward, helps me find more space in this pose. Remember, lots of breath. Just resting here. Let the space happen. Breathing promotes relaxation. I wonder what would happen if I slept like this. It's actually quite comfortable on this side. Okay. So we're getting ready to come up and catch our tail in the back. So inhale, pick up your chest. Exhale, left hand to left foot catch. Okay, so from there, we're pulling in, hip stretch, big one on the left. And we release, push back into your box, and prepare for left side tree. So we cross the left leg in front, ankle above the knee, and then we leave the left knee pointing to the side, the hips go forward. Right? So pretend you're making tree pose on your belly, not pigeon yet. And then just rest the head. Maybe bend the tail in the back if you did before. If you took Sphinx pose, elbows. Okay, so we release the tail in the back. And we pick up tall spine, snake spine. So the tailbone is going to tuck under and give us a deep stretch at the front of the pelvis. Whenever you're ready, rise up. This side feels more comfortable. Observation. All right, so we tuck our right toes under to pull the left leg forward for the pigeon. My leg doesn't want to go. And then we slide back, square the hips, take breath. Heavy, like last time, take my hands behind the back and just let my arms add weight to my torso, especially the lower back. That's where the resistance comes in this pose. Your hips trying to retreat. So the lower back starts to round up higher and higher and higher. Prepare to catch your tail. Hands to the earth, pick up the chest. Right hand, right foot, catch your tail. Pull in for big hip stretch in the back. It's a big hip stretch in the back. And release. Okay. So we've stretched out hamstrings and hips. I feel like I need a little fold here. I got one last final pose for you. Maybe two. And then that's it. So I'm going to take a little fold here just to get out of my lower spine. I felt that a little bit. I missed a practice or two this week, so I can tell. So hamstrings very loosey-goosey right now, which is good. Inhale, we pick up the chest. Exhale, release. So Namaste, front split. So I'm going to have my right leg in front and left leg behind. So right leg in front means my hamstrings are going to be fully engaged in stretch, and left leg behind is my hip flexors fully engaged in stretch. So if you're ready, right leg in front, left leg behind. Okay. So I'm tucking my toes under the back just to give a little extra hip flexor stretch in the back leg. And then I will release. Arms up. How's that feel? I know. All right, so this is my most comfortable side. Feels very long. I'm glad we took this practice today. So let's try the other side. Other side is, I can still get down, but it's not as comfortable. Okay, so left leg is now getting the hamstring stretch, and right leg is getting the hip flexor stretch. So we're gonna be ready to go in. Oh, yeah. Again, I'm gonna leave my toes tucked under the back to get the hip flexor stretch. I feel like somebody needs to pull this leg out of socket. It always feels like it gets stuck. And then I'm gonna release. Arms up. All right. And release. So we're going to come down to the mat. And if you happen to have a lift, like a block, you can take a block and put it underneath, or then a pillow, underneath your hips, just to leave your hips pushed up a little bit to keep a little bit of stretch in your hips. So, of course, I have a block, so I'm going to grab my block real fast. And if you don't have a block or a pillow, you can take just a simple bridge, right? Push the hips up. So bridge is here, right? And you can use your hands to tuck under and get to your hip bone and just support the hips up. You can even release your legs and just let your body be supported on top of your arm bones. Yeah, and play with that if you like it. So I have the block. So I'm going to go with the block underneath my pelvis, hips, not spine, pelvis. And then I'm just going to let my body be heavy. And you can take any part of this block underneath you. So I'm going to take a higher version of this block just to see if I like the stretch. So again, pelvis, hips, and release. And if you happen to be one who has more to give, you can tuck your toes under and make this like a kaput asana. Stretch, and that's a lot right there. That's a lot. So you can start to wind down. This is just extra stuff here, extra bonus, however you want to think of it. I'm probably just going to stay here for about, now, that sounds good. And then let myself be flat in Shavasana. And stay here for about 2 to 3 breaths. So even though we didn't move through a vinyasa today, we still did lots of spaces and, of course, stretches within the hips and the hamstrings. So still, I want to say that we took our bodies through an asana oven. And so after you cook anything in an oven, what's the last part of the recipe? What's the last little step? It says you take whatever it is out of the oven and you let it sit. All right, you let it rest. So why do you think you want to rest here? Well, we want to notice how our body feels right in this moment. Notice how you feel. Just from the crown of the head all the way down to the toes in stillness, how do you feel? So we let the body sit and hopefully set these as our beginning points for the next practice. Yeah. But you won't know what those beginning points are if you do not know how they feel. So that's why we sit here in awareness and pay attention to how we feel in this moment. So stay here as long as you like. I'm just going to come up and send some energy your way. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for joining me. I hope this hip hamstring stretch served you well. I will see you all on Sunday. Enjoy your rest of your Friday and your Saturday. Be kind to one another. Yes. Love yourself. Love all. Till next time. All my love. Namaste.